Lesson 4-7, two-step inequalities. So again, steps to solve inequalities. First thing you want to do is combine like terms on each side of the inequality symbol. And then you're going to add or subtract to get all the terms with the variables on one side by itself. Then your last step is to multiply or divide to get the variable completely by itself. And then your last step would be just to graph the solution on a number line. So our first example. The top speed of a coyote is 43 miles per hour. This is at least 7 miles per hour faster than 3 times the top speed of a squirrel. What is the top speed of a squirrel? So it says solve 43 is greater than or equal to 7 plus 3s. Now how did they get that? The 43 is right here. The 43 miles per hour is the top speed of the coyote. They're saying this is at least. At least means greater than or equal to 7 miles per hour faster, so that's plus 3 times the top speed of a squirrel, so that's where your 3s would be. So we want to get the 3s by itself, so I'm going to subtract 7 on both sides, and that's going to give us 36 is greater than or equal to 3s. Now that the variable is on one side and the constant's on the other side, divide everything by 3 on both sides, and I have s is less than or equal to 12. Now if I were to graph this one, I would just have a filled in circle at 12. Less than means it has to go to the left. Next problems, solve and graph. Here I'm going to subtract 8 on both sides. So right now I have e divided by 5 is greater than 7 minus 3 is 4. 4 minus 8 is negative 4. Now the opposite of dividing by 5 is multiplying by 5. So if I multiply both sides by 5, I now have e is greater than negative 20. And then on a number line, I got negative 20 here. It cannot equal negative 20. It's got to be greater than negative 20, so it goes to the right. Next, here I need to combine like terms. First, I'm going to subtract 2 on both sides. And this is right here is 3 over 3m, because that's 3 divided by 3 is 1. So now I have 2/3 minus 3/3, which is negative 1/3 m. And I'm going to write that as m divided by negative 3 is greater than negative 3. Now the opposite of dividing by negative 3 is multiplied by negative 3. I do that on both sides. And because I'm multiplying by a negative number, I need to flip the symbol. So now it's less than. Negative 3 times negative 3 is a positive 9. And then on a number line, got 9 here. Cannot equal 9, so it's an open circle. Less than means goes to the left. Next, solve and graph these. Here I have 7 minus 9 is negative 2. I'm going to, so if I have negative 2 here, so let me write this. So I got p over negative 3 minus 2 is greater than or equal to negative 5. Going to add 2 to both sides. And now I'm left with p divided by negative 3 is greater than or equal to negative 3. Then I multiply by negative 3 on both sides. And now I have p is not greater than or equal to, it's less than or equal to because I multiplied by a negative number, and that's going to equal 9. Filled in circle at 9. Less than means going to the left. Next, negative 5/7 a plus 3/7 a is a negative 2/7 a. If I subtract 1 on both sides, I now have less than or equal to a negative 6. The opposite of multiplying by negative 2/7 is multiply by 7 over negative 2. Because I'm multiplying by a negative number, I flip the symbol. So now it's going to be a is greater than or equal to half, divide by 2 on top and bottom. And now left with negative 3 times 7 times negative 7, which will give us a positive 21. Number line can equal it to it, so it's a filled in circle at 21 and has to be greater than, so it goes to the right. Next, solving graph. Here I'm going to subtract 1 on both sides. We got negative 6x, and negative 6 is greater than negative 6x divided by negative 6. X is now going to be greater than a positive 1. I had to flip the symbol again because I was dividing by a negative number. So I got positive 1 here. Open circle, greater than means going to the right. Just to verify I'm correct, put a 0 in for, actually bigger than 1, so I'm going to put 2 in there. Negative 6 times 2 is negative 12. Negative 12 plus 1 is negative 11. Negative 5 is greater than negative 11. Next, I have 5y plus 9 is greater than negative 11. Subtract 9 on both sides. We got 5y is greater than negative 20. Divide by 5. Y is going to be greater than negative 4. On a number line, we got negative 4. It's going to be an open circle because it cannot equal it. Greater than means going to the right. And our last few. Here we're going to add 8 to both sides. And we got negative b is less than 3. Divide by negative 1 on both sides. B is going to be greater than negative 3. Number line, we got negative 3 here. Open circle at negative 3, greater than means going to the right. And our last one, subtract 6 on both sides. We got 10n is less than negative 5 plus 1 is negative 4. Negative 4 minus 6 is negative 10. Divide by 10 on both sides. N is going to be less than negative 1. On a graph, we got negative 1. It cannot equal negative 1, so it's an open circle. Less than means going to the left. So that's our lesson on two-step inequalities.